Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
Even though temperatures this morning were in the double digits below zero, we have warmed fairly significantly throughout the majority of the day, underneath even a little bit of sunshine early on. That has also been aided by stronger southerly winds, and that's brought many of our temperatures into the upper teens at the moment, sitting at 19 degrees right now in the Rockford airport. Our weather watcher Terry out in Genoa reporting a temperature of 18 degrees along with a dew point of 12. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour and no precipitation as of yet. But there is precipitation working closer to the region, just off to the south across portions of Missouri down into Kansas as well. There is some frozen precipitation associated with that system, and that is going to slowly work its way toward our region, bringing us the chances for snow, freezing rain, and regular rain as we get in the next couple of days. Initially, that precipitation does look to onset as snow, possibly as early as around 3-4 o'clock in the morning, going into the early hours of Monday. However, that is when we have the colder air that's still in the column. Once we get some of that warmer air that continues to wrap in those upper and mid levels, that will then switch it over to a little bit more of a drizzle, especially with some of those precipitation rates dropping off toward the later part of the morning. Even though our surface temperatures will still remain near that freezing mark or even sub-freezing, that's why any rain or drizzle that does fall during this time likely going to freeze on contact in the form of freezing drizzle or freezing rain. Those precipitation rates then pick back up as we get into the later hours of the afternoon on Monday and going into the evening. Toward the south, especially closer to I-80, there may even be some chances for that to remain rain at times and may not accumulate any of that ice as long. However, up to the north, that's where we could see that higher chance for at least longer duration of the potential for that freezing rain. Once we get into the early hours of Tuesday morning, we may even see a switch back over to a very heavy, wet snow at times. So breaking this down into a few windows here, this is what we're looking at. Between around 6 a.m. and noon tomorrow, it looks like to start out as light snow, possibly even some sleet mixed in. Toward the middle part of the day, specifically into the afternoon, a mix of that slow snow and sleet, but possibly also some freezing drizzle with those lowered precipitation rates. During the later afternoon and early evening hours, looks like that's going to be our greatest window for freezing rain to accumulate on some of those roadways, and that's going to be the main window for those slick spots to develop, and even beyond that, if we still hold on to some of those more slick road conditions and they remain untreated. 10 p.m. to around Tuesday morning, it does look like we return to a mixture of all things, possibly even some snow mixed in to the north and to the northwest. Many areas, especially to the south and east, likely going to see our greatest chances for around 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation or so for many of those spots as well. The National Weather Service did issue a winter weather advisory for many spots in the state line that is in effect for all of northern Illinois, with the exception of Joe Daviess County, that lasts through the hours of tonight and into the majority of the day tomorrow. However, there is warmer weather on the way, and we will see a transition into all rain sometime on Tuesday as we get another chance for some rain showers Wednesday and going into Thursday. High temperatures into the 30s all the way through the rest of the week ahead, but freezing rain and mix going to be that potential on Monday, and then regular rain as we get into the middle of the week. Temperatures in the 30s all the way through.